We need to have a conversation about Erling Haaland. Is he overrated? I mean, Roy Keane seems to think so. Who says that Erling Haaland has the general play of a League Two player? I mean, he's exaggerating slightly, but you kind of get the drift. You know, people use the excuse that he is a traditional number 9. His only objective is to get goals, and he does that very well, so, don't slander him. But I think people are forgetting that within that role, which he plays very well, there are limitations. It is precisely because he is a pure 9, a traditional 9, that he is non-existent in other facets of the game, and that should be acknowledged. We have seen world-class strikers operating at the highest level come and go, and their overall game has not been as shocking. In fact, a lot of them, their overall game has been phenomenal. And acknowledging that Haaland's passing, his dribbling, sometimes even his hold-up play needs a little bit of work isn't slandering him. It's fact. When you watch the guy, you notice these obvious faults in his game. And no matter how many goals he bangs in, people are not going to glaze over that. I also think another reason why people do not ignore these faults is because who he is compared to. A lot of people in recent years have called him one of the best players in the world. They have compared him to current best players and past best players. And those players who he's getting compared to have a much better all-round game than him. So Mbappe, for example, is considered his rival in today's game, and being compared to Kylian Mbappe is actually harming Erling Haaland. Haaland might get you 55 goals a season. Mbappe will get you 52, 53. So scoring-wise per season, there's not a great amount of difference. And when you get past that, all of the other parts of a player's game comes to light. People go, all right, Erling Haaland is a slightly better goal scorer than Kylian Mbappe, so what else do they do? And then they notice Kylian Mbappe is a better dribbler, a better passer, has better IQ. He scores better goals, and more importantly, he can create goals out of nothing, which might not work all the time, but it does help him to turn up for those bigger matches. At least much more than Erling Haaland. So when Erling Haaland is compared to these types of players, people are going to focus on his overall game a lot more. An overall game which isn't good enough, quite frankly. And honestly, when people dub a player for having the potential to be an all-time great, they are going to be judged against the greats. And the greats, particularly where attackers are concerned, were better in their overall play, and Erling Haaland will be judged against that. If you want to be the best, you've got to be better than the best. It's tough, but it's not too far-fetched to assume that Erling Haaland might not reach the all-time great status that people think he will.